In many ways, Fauner Park is the heartbeat of Grand Island. Now they're developing a long-range vision that includes millions in upgrades. I'm Steve White. We'll have the details coming up.
Plus, the latest on the death of a state inmate who had been convicted of killing a woman in Buffalo County 50 years ago.
And a report says Lincoln area Congressman Jeff Fortenberry is under FBI investigation. We'll tell you what we know tonight.
Live from the NTV studio, NTV News at 10 starts right now.
And good evening. We thank you for joining us for NTV News at 10. A multi-million-dollar request may be just the beginning.
As Grand Island leaders cast a vision for Fauner Park. Steve White has more.
The barns built for the Nebraska State Fair constructed in just 414 days. Back in 2010, there was no time to think about the future, but that time is now. They cut it close.
We had a fair to put on.
$42 million worth of construction during a brutal winter.
And yes, the Nebraska State Fair buildings were developed in a whoosh.
It left precious little time for a long-range plan, something now underway, with several organizations that have a stake in what happens at Fauner Park.
We want to have one unified voice for the 220-acre campus.
One of the first projects identified is infrastructure, specifically drainage.
When it rains, it pours here, and the grounds do get a little floody. So we're going to look at infrastructure issues like that, but as well as what new facilities can be put in here. What does the fairgoer want to see when they come to the home of the Nebraska State Fair?
That's where this public input session comes in. The State Fair 1868 Foundation is leading the process and has hired an internationally known planning firm, but also working with local engineers, architects, and builders who can carry out whatever plans come from this.
My goal here is to make Grand Island the ag capital of the Midwest, and upgrading the Fauner Park campus is the path to that goal.
Suggestions include new equine facilities, better landscaping, new walkways, an outdoor concert area, and more. Fauner Park CEO Chris Katulak says he would love fancy new facilities, but says any projects must meet a need and must have a clear financial backing.
What I would like to see as an element to this master plan is how can we sustain ourselves?
Katulak says Fauner Park is a mule, a beast of burden, carrying the weight of tourism in the community.
We are civic-minded. That's part of our mission statement, is to provide for ag and civic responsibility. So we'll carry that burden, but we need some help.
And they'd like to finalize plans by the end of the year.
We needed to fast track it because it's time to see change. The fair has never been as strong as it is right now, and this is the right time to look to our future.
And the future starts now with a funding request of the legislature to improve drainage. Reporting at Fauner Park, I'm Steve White.
And don't forget about the casino in the works.
The $64,000 question is, when is that casino going to open? How about when is it going to start on construction? We understand there are protocol. I want everybody to understand rules and regulations have to be in place. These things don't take quickly. As the timeline goes, I would say we're about where we need to be. I'm hopeful that we'll start construction for a temporary facility sometime either side of the first of the year, and then hopefully 3 or 4 months later with the temporary casino, we'll be up and rolling.
All right, and if you rolled the dice and said today was going to be a beautiful day, well, it came up good. Thumbs up.
Your gamble paid off.
Your gamble paid off.
Kent joins us now live with the latest. Kent.
Yes, and we're all winners, Seth and Colleen. And again, tomorrow it's kind of a ditto. It's going to be another beautiful day after a very cool night tonight. We wake up basically to temperatures in the 40s, 48 at breakfast, 68 midday, and a little cooler tomorrow than what we saw today, but still warm for this time of year. All the details are coming up shortly in your first alert weather.
Okay, we appreciate that. Thank you so much, Kent.